Alright, today we find ourselves high above Farmington, Utah. And if you've ever been to Utah north of Salt Lake City, you'll notice up on the ridgeline of the mountains they used to be two white, looked like golf balls, giant golf balls. Now there's a white one and a black one. And so today we've come up to talk about what they are, what they do, and a little bit of the history of them. So as you make the trek up to the towers, you can do it in any vehicle, a little Honda Civic, minivan, or a Jeep. But you don't need four-wheel drive. So it's a pretty easy little place. So as for the history on Francis Peak, which is what this is called, the Francis Peak is where the towers are located. So it's between Davis County and Morgan counties, and Francis Peak was named in honor of Esther C.E. Francis, who was born in 1836 and she died in 1913. She was an early Mormon pioneer who helped settle and survey the Morgan area. The domes that are on top of Francis Peak are operated by the Federal Aviation Administration, and they provide long-range radar and identification for any aircraft that are in the area. Up to 250 miles outward, they are pointed slightly down so that they get into the valley, but mostly it is for aircraft that are en route, flying coast to coast type of thing. Now the two domes used to be that one had a radar in it for the military and one had a radar in it for the FAA. They have since consolidated and only the black dome has radar in it. There are still radio antennas in the white dome. But the black dome was painted just a few years ago to help with some of the snow and ice buildup during the wintertime. So at first the FAA wanted to install this radar site up above Salt Lake City by Alta or Snowbird ski resorts, but the Utah Air National Guard already had a temporary facility on top of Francis Peak. So it was determined that they would use a joint site, and in 1958 Francis Peak was chosen to be the official site of the radar domes. Francis Peak was originally 9,547 feet tall. After the construction and development where they leveled, they actually took the peak down and dropped it 32 feet to 9,515 feet to build a flat area where they could build this radar site. Workers atop Francis Peak had to wear thick, long boots and carry weapons. Rattlesnakes are not supposed to live up at these elevations, yet someone forgot to tell the rattlesnakes. Numerous rattlesnake nests were uncovered during construction, despite the almost 2-mile high elevation. In fact, in 1958, it was reported that almost 100 rattlesnakes had been killed while building the radar site. 2 workers got bit by rattlesnakes in the process. Approximately 22,000 cubic yards of material were bulldozed off the top of the mountain in preparation for the site, and it cost $2 million to construct the radar domes in 1958 and 1959. They used a helicopter to help in the process, carrying 33 gigantic metal poles weighing 800 to 1,000 pounds each to help shore up the foundation. It used to be that there were people that worked up the radar domes and stayed there. I'm not sure how long they stayed there, but for maybe a week or so at a time. So there's a kitchen, there's bathrooms, bedrooms. So they had a little kind of hotel set up there for the workers that would stay up there. So as we said, the top of Francis Peak used to be 9,547 feet. It got leveled down to 9,515 feet. But now with the artificial structure on top, the top of the dome is 9,630 feet. So in Davis County, only Thurston Peak, which is 4 miles north of Francis Peak is the only area that is taller, and that is 9,706 feet. At one point they were going to build a tram to carry people up from the bottom, from Farmington up to the top, but in 1977 environmental red tape delayed the project, and it eventually met its fate and was never constructed. The road that we drove up to the domes was built in 1935 through 1939 by the Civilian Conservation Corps, and they made a 27-mile loop road from Farmington, Utah to Bountiful, Utah. The road opened to the public in July of 1939. The FAA built the additional 5-mile dirt road from the loop that the Conservation Corps had done. So 5 miles from that loop up to the top of Francis Peak was done by the FAA in preparation to build the radar dome. Francis Peak is a popular summertime scenic backway destination in Davis County, and it offers access to Sunset and Bountiful Peak campgrounds, which offer a spectacular bird's eye view of the Great Salt Lake. Right now we find ourselves covered in smoke that's blown in from California wildfires. In the winter, the road up from Farmington gets closed. It is not cleared of snow. The road from Bountiful also is not cleared of snow, but it remains open. They don't gate it. They don't close it. Farmington Canyon is a popular snowmobile destination, although it is considered extreme snowmobile. Okay, so we've made it up here to the radar domes, and as you can see, just beautiful, beautiful views. Unfortunately, a little covered by smoke right now. get your family out and drive up to these radar domes, talk about the history on the way up. Any vehicle can do it. And set up a picnic, watch the sunset over the lake. Beautiful place to be. Get out and enjoy the land of the free.